All right, so here's the thing. We got a ton of incredible feedback on our last leak training. I thought, you know what? Let's run it again. And so here is another leak training for you. This one's on strategic partnerships, okay? In a world where paid ads are becoming very expensive and people are asking every day in Facebook groups, how do I get more jobs for my business? Well, strategic partnerships is kind of like the sleeper, right? It's one people are not really talking about, but it's one that was fundamental in me starting, scaling, and ultimately exiting my very own exterior cleaning business. And here's the thing, the winning companies inside of our portfolio here at Home Service Business Coach, they are the owners that are utilizing strategic partnerships. So again, we took this out of our marketing mastery. It's one of our very many amazing practical trainings, and I'm making it available to the public today. So you're going to want to take notes on this one. And if you missed it last time, go check out the door knocking training as well, because this is just another fundamental piece, another tool in your tool belt to help you get off the truck and scale your very own home service business. I hope you enjoy this one.
All right, so let's dive in here. Let's talk about what it means to create strategic partnerships. Okay, so I wanted to make a short training on this because as I've grown my business, we couldn't have done it without creating strategic partnerships within the business. So I wanted to make some training and show you how you can do that. Okay, so first thing I want to do is build into your mindset that we can go out and, do tons of flyers and tons of signs and tons of door knocking. We talk about that, but I want you to think high level from a macro level, get in your helicopter, look down on your business and think, hey, if I have, let's say 10,000 detached homes in my area, how many other service businesses are already serving those customers that I want to get to, right? So you can fish them one by one by door knocking, signs, flyers, etc. Or you can go to what I call the gatekeeper and go directly to the source. And in a lot of industries, the gatekeeper just happens to be the other companies that already service the homeowner. Okay, so I'm going to explain through that, and then I'm going to talk through the process of how you can actually go and get some meetings with these gatekeepers to get your brand in. And I'm not kidding you. Like, I'll show you right here. I pulled it up for you. These are Revive referral partners for this year. We've got other cleaning companies that are out of our area. We've got a roof cleaning company for steep roof cleaning that we don't necessarily do. We've got a couple painting companies. We got a gutter repair company. We got a handyman company. We've got a plumber HVAC company. We've got a concrete sealer. We've got high-rise window cleaning. We've got a moving company, carpet cleaning, even an accountant, maid cleaning, and post-construction cleaning. So it's like 10 or 15 service providers there that we've been able to build one by one over the years and establish a relationship with them. Now we give them business, they give us business. And I would estimate, like, it's hard to give a dollar value, but thousands of dollars per year coming into our business and also going out for things that are kind of outside of our scope. So if you want to kind of solidify yourself in the area as like the dominant player for your cleaning business or painting business, but then bubble wrap yourself with a community of other entrepreneurs that own home service businesses as well. Okay, so you want to grow your brand. You want to create relationships with other home service providers who already service your ideal target avatar clients like we talked about. Okay, so I want you thinking about the landscapers, the painters, the roofers, HVAC, the plumbers, the handyman companies that your clients already deal with. Now, I want you to go and meet those owners, meet those general managers, meet those sales managers, because they are going to drive dollars into your business. So you got to build the relationships one by one. Now, a few things just for your mindset before I get into the process of how to do this, okay? You got to create relationships in networking, seeking to give rather than to gain. Okay. Now people are getting hit up more than ever to buy my stuff or do this thing. You've got to first build a relationship. And like Dale Carnegie talks about in his book, right? Seek to understand rather than being understood. So learn from others first, right? The gain will come as a result if you're patient, if you just add value to the relationship. Okay. So I'll show you my scripting in just a minute here. 2, you got to be bold when making relationships. Okay. Nobody's going to come and bring work to your front door and help you grow your business just because. You've got to get out there and be hungry to do that. Okay. So an hour invested in a coffee meeting at Starbucks can totally change the direction of your business if it's with that right person, right? That gatekeeper, that decision maker. How many times have I sat at Starbucks with another home service business, just seeking to learn from them, getting their business cards, learning about their business, adding them as our referral partner? And it's win-win, right? It's like the more seeds you plant, the more you sow, the more you give, the more you get. It's kind of a funky thing versus coming in, being super transactional. Like, this is an hour of my time. What am I going to actually get from that? It's like the win will come on the back end. Just go and make the relationship and kind of see where it goes. Okay. 3, more established home service businesses in your area will have a book of business already of thousands of premium paying clients. Okay. These are exactly the clients that your business can service as well. Again, we want to go kind of for that gatekeeper and go kind of one to many rather than one to one. Okay. So, as you look high level at your business this next month, I'd be coming off this training and setting up 1 to 2 coffee meetups with another home service business in your area. And I'd be trying to punch that out every single month. And these can be short meetings, right? 45 minutes, an hour at Starbucks, grab a coffee, network, you're good to go. So quick thing before I get into the process, like there's groups like these that exist, right? There's BNI groups, business networking, international or initiative. I forget what the I stands for. Those exist. Chamber of Commerce exists. Those are kind of like almost forced networking. Personally, I have nothing bad to say about those organizations, but I just prefer to do it on my own, kind of in a more organic way. And I'll show you kind of how I do some of my research as I talk through this process here. Okay. All right. So we got a few steps in this process here. Okay. Number 1 is going to be research. Okay. And I'm going to show you in my screen share what I would do. So you want to Google search. First start with the service, then the city, then your state. You want to read reviews of local companies in different home service markets, all in your area, right? So you want to try and find the company that has anywhere from 2 to 10 trucks, much bigger than 10. They might be a little bit like, we don't care about you. You're the little guy. And the guy with 1 truck, like if the owner's on site, he's probably going to be billing too cheap and isn't going to necessarily have your ideal client. So you kind of want to wedge in that sweet spot. I kind of like 2 to 10 trucks. You want to find a local company. I prefer aligning with local companies more than like franchises that are in like 500 different markets. Again, at least what we do with my business is we really compete on the local level with that kind of family business local feel. That's just personally what I like. I'd be looking for at least 50 Google reviews and a high Google rating. I would consider a high Google rating like 4.5 or above. That's kind of where I would be looking. So you want to kind of like close your eyes and think like, hey, let's say you have a window cleaning business, but let's just like close our eyes and imagine that we started like a junk removal business, right? And I'd be thinking, what would that brand kind of look like? What would the owner kind of look like? What would their trucks kind of look like? What would be the brand colors, right? And if you're almost like, man, let's say you have Magic Window Cleaning, right? If Magic Window Cleaning was Magic Junk Removal, like what would that kind of look like? So I like to kind of like envision myself running like a plumbing company or junk removal or landscaping. Like what would that company look like? It's like, man, if Revive went into that industry, boom, it would look exactly like that. Okay. So what I did here in this search, I searched plumber in Langley, and I'm in British Columbia here in Canada. And so here's the picture below, right? So it looks something like this. So I would be targeting these 3 companies, going on their website, finding an email address and emailing them in, trying to connect with the owner or the general manager. Now, another great way to do this, and I'll get to this in a sec, is actually to take it to LinkedIn and go and find these people. Okay. So again, on my Google search here, I would just be searching. You can see right here, right? I'd say Plumbers, Langley, BC. And I would go into the map pack, be looking for reviews, right? Now, when you go onto this site here, we'll just go quickly to the web page here. Murrayville Plumbing and Heating, right? This is like, okay, cool. This is like kind of family vibe. Okay, look at all these happy clients, hundreds of happy clients. Okay, awesome. So I would be looking here. You can already see they have affiliates, right? They're already doing strategic marketing, which is great. So I would be looking here. How can I go and meet the owner here? Boom. I'd be looking for the reception and I put the subject like attention owner. or I'd be finding them on social media, right? And trying to get in touch with them. So that's a great way you can do that. But again, this is like, you can be doing this literally, for landscaping in Langley, BC. I'll show you one more time. That's a little low on reviews. I could go to the best 3 rated here and literally find like, hey, this company looks like it would be pretty good. You want to do some research. Maybe we got to go deeper than the 3 here, right? Landscape supply. Actually, not a lot of, there's links contracting, right? This might be interesting. Pull this one up here. Pretty interesting website here. Couple trusted partners. Boom, you got it. That's probably a mobile. This looks like a pretty small business. You could always text message that owner too and see if they're interested in meeting up for a coffee. So you got to get creative with this, but there's some nice stuff here. Look at that beautiful turf. So what I'm going to do here is show you then, once you get kind of a search going, I'd be like shortlisting your top like 3 landscapers, 3 plumbers, 3 HVAC, 3 painters, 3 roofers, 3. You're going to end up with like a list of like 15 to 20 people. I would then try and either text them all or go connect with them on LinkedIn. Okay. So this is step 2. You want to connect with owners and managers. Usually when a company is usually 4 trucks or above, they'll typically have a manager. And that's where you want to be hitting either the general manager or the owner. And you want to be adding them on LinkedIn with a short note. And here's literally copy and paste. Boom. So, hi, Bill. It's Dave here with Revive Services. Really great brand you have at whatever the company is, Links Contracting, right? I wanted to see if we could do a short meetup and I could get some of your business cards. I know our clients can benefit from your services. Can I leave my number here for you to text and we can set up a short coffee meetup? Question mark. Boom, right? And then say your name. If it doesn't, probably says it in LinkedIn though, already says your name, right? So that's a great way. They'll reply. If you send out 3, you'll probably only get 1 reply. That's why I like to do 3 in each category. And you'll get the one person reaching back who's smart, who's like, hey, there could be some win-win here. And that's why I really like seeking to give, right? Rather than getting. You can see right here, I've got clients who can benefit from your services, right? You're not saying, can we meet up for coffee and me give you some cards? They're like, well, what's in it for me for that, right? Flip the script on that. So we want to go connect. I think a lot of owners are on LinkedIn. I think it's less weird reaching out to people on LinkedIn than it is on kind of Facebook or even Instagram. So I'd say either pull the company email address from the website, find a mobile number you can text, or check out LinkedIn and get in touch with them that way. All right. 3rd step's the actual meetup, okay? You want to set up a 45-minute coffee meeting. I personally like Starbucks to get some business cards from your contact, okay? You want to tell them you're building up a Rolodex of referral partners that your company can refer your clients to, okay? Again, you want to say, I'm not trying to be like the jack of all trades, master of none. We're very specialized in what we do, but we want to align ourselves with other great companies. I read your Google reviews. They looked awesome. I thought we could just meet up, me get some business cards, and hopefully we can be able to drive some business for you, okay? Couple basic questions just to guide the conversation, right? How long have you had the business? Tell me a little bit about your services. It'd be prudent here to do some digging on their website, right? Oh, Links Landscaping. It looks like you do some cool putting greens. Tell me about that. Tell me about your other services you do. How's staffing been going? That's like a pretty common point of just talking round table with other contacts in the industry. If I meet someone in home services, it's like, how's it been going with staffing? Like, oh, it's really tough. Yeah, same here. Are you short staffed? How far out booked are you? Like, just kind of generalized questions just to kind of relate to the owner or the general manager, just like that. Okay. The big thing here though, you want to have a genuine conversation, right? And you want to really create a relationship for the long term. And you may have some that don't go great, to be honest, but typically if they're willing to meet up for a coffee, like they generally go pretty good. But I've definitely reached out to some owners before and they're like, why would you want to meet up, right? What is just so short-sighted. I'm like, okay, like my stance is together we can all win. I would rather become known in my area, my industry, People know me, my business. I want to kind of do the same with you, but not everybody thinks that way, right? Some people are so tunnel vision and down and in on their business, like they think it's kind of weird to meet up. And again, or not again, but I've mentioned before, don't be shy to meet up with your competitors, right? We're all doing the same thing. You're not exactly sharing price books, but just meeting up for a coffee. Like, how's things been going, right? I go meet my competitors in the washing niche, not giving them our trade secrets, but we're all human here trying to build a business here. So I'll meet up locally in my industry and also kind of broader, like we're talking about here in the home service industry at large in my service area. And then last thing is just a follow-up, right? Follow up with a short text message or email, just thanking them for their time, right? Just telling them that you're going to make every effort to refer clients to them, and stay in touch with your contact, and follow their pages on social media, right? Don't just like their stuff, give them a comment, get on their radar. And when I go out and forge a great relationship with a home service business, I go right into our Google Drive here and boom, I can edit it, right? If this person is now sucking, not picking up their phone, we heard bad things, like we'll just snip them from our referral partners. So it's kind of like a fluid list here. Our Revive referral partners, you can see we just updated it maybe a couple months ago. So stays fairly up to date there, but it's definitely an office process because you're going to get people calling in, oh, do you guys do painting? What about this? Or, hey, that roof we actually can't do, but we'd love to refer our referral partner. You know, do you do really small jobs? No, we actually don't. I'd call this person. He's kind of owner operator, can kind of more help you out. So when you can use this to not only like get business from people, also, it's a great value add for your clients when you don't do something and you can refer them to someone who you know of in the industry. Like, it's just a win-win-win for everybody. Okay. So short review, like you got to keep a long-term approach with this. That's why in this module here, we talk about building your brand and these long-term strategies. It doesn't harvest itself overnight. Like, I look at the jobs we get now from referrals were seeds that I had planted 2, 3, 4 years ago. So if you keep this long-term view in mind, how you're going to build the business, that's how these strategic partnerships are going to work. Okay. So like I showed you at Revive, we have about 15 referral partners. They refer us thousands of dollars of work every year. This was started 6 years ago, built one relationship at a time. Okay. Mutually beneficial relationships where we can pass along business and also gain business from our referral partners. But again, you need to know, you got to approach it from a, what can I add to you? What can I give? And you'll know full well long-term, you'll be able to get business as well. But I think networking doesn't work great because people are always so quick to wing out their business cards, like 2 ears, 1 mouth, right? Shut the mouth. Or if you're going to open your mouth, let them talk about themselves, right? And that's why I love the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, because I've read that many times now. And that's how I try and frame up my conversations when I go and meet people, get them talking about themselves, right? Learn about them and you'll get your opportunity. You can talk about your business, but you just got to be patient. Okay. So strategic partnerships, if you're agreeing to build this business for at least 5 years, like you would be remiss to not go try build some relationships this next month, meet others in your home service space because they're already servicing the clients that you want. And the last thing with this, we've done combined email mailouts with like our landscape partner or plumbing partner. We're looking at doing combined postcard mailouts as well. Like postcard mailouts could be like $4,000, but if you go to 5,000 homes and you split it with the plumbing company, you each take out half a side, maybe with a strong call to action, right? Mention this coupon to save $100. Like that's going to kind of create some action, or even mail to your past clients with the plumbing company and your washing company, and they do the same. Like you can get creative with this stuff from a marketing perspective as well. Okay. So it's a huge wide open blue sky when it comes to creating strategic partnerships. And to give you direct homework, go and put 1 to 2 on the calendar for this next month and start to build this brand long-term by meeting others in the industry. Hope this module helped, and we'll see you on the next one.